And welcome everybody to my stream. Just noticed a comment. Impatiently waiting. Yes, I began 30 seconds late. Sorry about that. Anyways, welcome. Are we live? Can we even? Does NC Web Dev even see that we are live? Let's see. Let's try it on LinkedIn. It did not update. Come on. And we. Hang on. What is this? Oh, it just updated, I believe. Yes, perfect. Okay, we are live. It showed up. It was saying this event ended, so I got a little scared there. Can we hear myself? Yes, perfect. I can hear myself as well. I hope I'm not too quiet. I try to adjust the microphone so that the noise cancellation is not that high. Again, I always have to change it because for videos I usually do it with the noise cancellation on very high, because the microphone has a built-in kind of like, I can press the button, it'll flash once, twice, three times, like kind of the levels of noise suppression. Noise cancellation. I think it's noise suppression. When it's on like 0, the setting, I can, when I'm recording videos for myself, as I was doing yesterday, then the fan and everything is like very audible in there, and it's really kind of annoying. So I have to always set it to the max setting. But for streams where there already is noise suppression, if I leave it on that setting, it's gonna just the noise is gonna be really really low. So I had to do that. Then almost forgot to put it on my hotspot, so we should have a stable connection all throughout. And yeah, so let me get right into it, I guess, with the first best sound in the morning you can have. Yeah, there we go. Can barely get it. See my weak hands. I'm joking. Of course, tribute. Cheers. Not really healthy too early in the morning, but yeah, I always have one. Anyways, so it's kind of my coffee. It's instead of coffee, I don't like coffee. Um, I saw an interesting post about that from my dad. And no, I'm not gonna get into that. It's not my dad's channel. Anyways, also, what I will start with. College Zenti, you should have no issues on college Wi-Fi. Ooh, I can try it, but I'm not taking any chances. So, I think I did a stream before when everybody was gone for winter break, and it still was, like it still disconnected me and stuff like that. So, no, I'm not gonna try that. Anyways, so the weather today is, I don't even know how to describe it. It's a mix. It's a very weird mix. It's thundering right now outside. Currently, it's downpours. We're expecting more downpours, more thunderstorms, and eventually, that is going to turn into full-on snowing by around midnight or so. So it's literally going to snow, like it said, like 1 to 2 inches. Although I'm doubtful that any of it will stick, because there will be a lot of the rain on the ground, except if it like deep freezes and like all the roads will become icy and stuff like that. Maybe then, but I don't think so. It shouldn't get that cold. But yeah, it's supposed to be snowing, and I'm like, what, like thunderstorm in the afternoon and 60s, and then all of a sudden it's going to be snowing later on. So weird Midwest weather doesn't happen that often. I think I've seen that like once before so far. Um, but yeah, it's a little crazy. And then I had an interesting dream about basically I went to Walmart, and in Walmart there were like stacks, and I mean like genuine like pallets and everything of I'll just show you. You know what? I'll just show you. It was funny. It was really funny. Let's see. of this. Share my screen, and here we go. Are we? Oh, there we go. Perfect. So my dad will definitely know what this is. And yeah, there was literal like, and it was cheap too. It was like stacks of these Pilsner Urquell, the beer, and it was literally like the cans, and it was these, and it was like just everything. And I was like, oh wow, this is crazy, And I think like in the dream, my dad just like left the town or whatever. It was here in Bloomington. I went to the store and they had all this, and I was like, oh no, he just left. So let me text him, to come back and pick some of this up. It's really cheap too. But then I realized I didn't have my phone on me, and I was like, oh, in the dream, and I was like, oh, this is a dream. Well, never mind. But yeah, it was funny. I literally, it's absolutely crazy dream. So yeah, I'm not sure why I dreamt of this specifically, but yeah, it was still funny. So yeah, let's see. Now let me get. How do I cancel this BS? Oh my gosh, they updated the UI again, so now I can't click on the. Okay, I'll just click on this. How about that? Is that better? Yes. Okay. Very, very stupid. Um, and what else have I been up to? Basically, I have been up to a lot, especially video wise. I've been trying to diverge my content into a lot of different places, areas, and one of those areas is basically a new series that I'll be releasing bit by bit. It's a 3-part series, and it's basically, like what happens to your data when you use AI. And it's these AI presentations talking about, what happens to your data when you use AI. And, episode one kind of went into, like what the major players in AI are. Most people obviously know, but also what their policies are on data and stuff like that. And then episode two will basically be about, the kind of thing like you send one prompt to an AI, but then that prompt is basically kind of almost, I don't know how to say this, like shared with all the other AI models. Basically, it's all pretty much interconnected, and also the AI is like, for example, if you search on Perplexity AI something, then your query, it searches, it uses it, Perplexity AI is not its own search engine. It was like, I believe Google actually sued them because they were using their stuff. They were using their software and everything to search, and also it searches other AIs. So it was basically like, if you put that prompt in, then all the other AIs will see what you put in. And so yeah, so that was it's interesting, and I'll be releasing that very soon. Yeah, prompt is basically, yeah, exactly. Prompt is touring the internet, and yeah, so it's basically all about like AI privacy, and warning you not to put in personal sensitive data, company secrets, lawsuit documents, and stuff like that into AI, because it very much becomes a nice data pool, and they collect it. They collect all of it. So yeah, it's not great. And then the third one will be basically about how there's a whole economy around this type of stuff. So yeah, it's an interesting series. And yeah, if you want to see it, go to my Global Productions YouTube channel, subscribe with notifications, and watch the first one and wait for the next one to come out. It will be coming out soon. But first, what will be coming out is later today, I'll be releasing another one of my recorded long forms about basically, AI is, how would I put this? it's not fit to replace any jobs yet. It might not in its current form. It might not ever be fit to replace anybody. Or actually, let me kind of rephrase that. It will replace people. However, it will never like work alone. It'll always need to be supervised. It'll always need to be um, it'll always need to be um, monitored. The outputs need to be monitored closely because it's still unreliable. It does hallucinate, and that's kind of that's what I recorded about. I also connected it to my own experience because I am in my junior year, second semester. Next year, next year, May 2027, I am graduating. So I'm already and I'm planning to go to law school, right? And there it's a pretty big topic because law school, it's uh, traditionally how you would get into law school, not into law school, but into the legal field in general. You would go to law school, and you would get an internship or an actual job as a junior associate at a firm. You would do paralegal stuff, reviewing documents, drafting basic stuff, and for the senior lawyers and stuff like that. And eventually, you become a partner, right? But now, AI actually, it very much substitutes a lot of the stuff that junior associates and paralegals used to do. So drafting documents, reviewing stuff like that, it's all runs on AI now. A lot of it, and geez, okay, here we go. That's a lot of stuff. Just let me. Hello from LinkedIn. There are no people here yet. Wow. Yeah, I didn't. For some reason, LinkedIn didn't let me share this event. I literally had it all selected. I tried to invite everybody, but once again, LinkedIn has kind of failed me. But oh well. The social platforms are really dying. It's possible. LinkedIn only works for newsletters nowadays, so and Facebook stuff, right? Because I don't know, the overall intelligence on LinkedIn has went down considerably, and you need to do like Facebook-esque stuff to remain relevant. So you need to post videos of cats, and like not reiterate, but post videos like of people keeping their wives happy with food. Wife arguing, ha ha, it's funny, and then she eats and she's all of a sudden calm. Like AI is not a self-governing tool in current form. It probably never will be. Yeah, Again, in current form, it's that's a big question mark. Like, is it going to evolve beyond its current capabilities considerably? Then that's another question. But yeah, anyways, back into the legal field. Yeah, so that's the question, right? Because how are law firms going to proceed, right? Are they going to hire more people? Hire fewer people and let AI take over the positions, or are they going to hire the same amount of people and just expect the new hires to supervise the AI and stuff like that? So that's a new consideration that wasn't there before, right? Before you would just apply and hope for the best, but now you have to kind of research which firms, how they use it, which firms use AI, how they use it, and stuff like that. And even some lawyers even went as far as to bring AI all the way to trial and legal arguments. Like I forgot what I know I made two videos about it. One was like, what was it about? AI. Gosh, I want to find it because it was funny. Hang on, let me find it. It was months back. Hang on. Perplexity AI is taking on Google Africa. Many workers. Perplexity AI. When was it? Oh, it was last year, maybe. I think it was last year. Hang on, let's see. Yeah, I'm thinking Dumber, Birth, Skynet is Born, DeepSeek. Come on. I'll do this fast. So I still want to hit a lot of things. Legacy pricing, board, nuclear. Robotaxi restart, no privacy, buys a nuclear power plant. Um, oh my effing gosh. Elon's Robotaxi. Wait, again. Where is this, dude? Did it get maybe? No way, it got deleted, right? No. That would be ridiculous. Perplexity. When did I make this? It was not this recent. I know it was like maybe a year ago, but that's annoying. How about? Oh yeah, here we go. Finally, jeez. Yeah, let me see. When was this? I was not that far off. Hang on. Here, November 28th. What year? Oh, it was a year and a half ago already. November 28th, 2024. This was. Geez, time's flying by fast. It feels like I thought I did it last semester, but nope, I did not actually. That's a little crazy. Anyways, let me share this really quick. Oh, hang on. No, it will not evolve unless we rebuild the entire architecture from the ground up. Um, what do you mean by that? Like have it? You cannot have it based on human output or something like that because it's mistaken. It makes mistakes and stuff like that. What do you want to have it based off of, right? Because but right now it's all based on language. That's why it's large language models. But I'm not sure how you fix that. And that's because all the smart stuff is created by AI in the most boring ways. So people are tired of AI fluff. It's true. Yes, Facebook style breaks. BREAKES. Anyways, it breaks the boredom. So yeah, no, yeah, I know it kind of does because it adds humanity into it. There's a crap ton of AI content out there, a lot. So, anyways, let me share this video real quick and hide the comment. Here we go. Show me here. It should be up. There we go. Perfect. So this was me. What was this again? November 28th, 2024.
Information expert hallucinates evidence. So recently there was a law introduced.
Yeah, why is it so quiet? Is that just me? Hang on. Wait.
In Minnesota that would ban the use of AI deepfakes as election misinformation. If it was to be passed, the law would make it a literal crime to widely share deepfakes intended to hurt a candidate's reputation within 90 days of an election. So naturally, somebody challenged that law, saying it was a violation of the First Amendment, which I think is true. But watch out, a new challenger has appeared. In defense of the law, Minnesota introduces Dr. Jeff Hancock of Stanford University. Dr. Hancock gives an expert declaration in front of the court, including multiple reliable sources. But wait, what's that? Well, it turns out that two of the reliable sources are completely made up.
Yeah, so that was fun.
Who knows? Maybe he popped a pill right before writing that expert declaration. Do you think this is ChatGPT's work, or did Dr. Hancock use narcotics? Subscribe my channel.
Yeah, geez, that was way faster. No, but yeah, so that's it's interesting because again, it shows how it's an expert used AI in a literal legal argument in a case, right? It's like, and it didn't exist. Nothing existed. The case, the case law, the precedents, and stuff like that. Where did it go? Nowhere because it didn't exist. So that's a problem, and it's becoming a problem. There was another one that lawyer in a federal court actually, pretty high profile because he was representing some rapper or something like that, and he also used AI to create some things, and it hallucinated completely. So again, a fail, and therefore, and thankfully, also heard a story here locally in McLean County, which is county where Bloomington is the county seat, and basically what happened was a person or lawyer used it was like a child, not child. Well, yeah, it was what's it called? Family court, yeah, and it was like a case that needed to be processed fast, and so a lawyer used AI, and again, turns out that a lot of the case law was made up and stuff like that, and he needed to explain it in front of the judge, and stuff, like it's just it would be very embarrassing. And he got sanctioned for it, and then his legal practice did not do so well. I learned that in a trial class right now. I mentioned that before, and the judge who's presiding over it is an actual judge. She's retired now, but yeah, she knew the story because she's still in the circle, basically. So, yeah, that's it's funny, but at the same time, it's funny, sure, when it happens and it's caught, but it's dangerous because what if it doesn't get caught? It's very irresponsible, and so lawyers, please don't use AI when drafting legal arguments, right? You can use it for review or, well, not review, but drafting basic stuff, but always, 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 and I've been saying this since the beginning of AI, literally, check the outputs. Check the output because you never know what it will give you, stuff like that. It can give you anything. Neural networks are too energy demanding. Binary code is not enough to carry the workload. Quantum computing? Perhaps. I don't know. I think that's what they're trying to do now, but I have no clue. Yeah, neural networks, that would be like basically they would try to do it to make it work as an actual brain. And binary code, yeah, that's just zeros, ones. It would have to be alphanumerical, but that would just become language again. So yeah, it's again, yeah, it would be it's hard to do basically, but yeah, quantum computing might do something, help it perhaps. I don't know. Who knows? Let's see. And yeah, so that's today's video, basically, in a nutshell. And yeah, so like I said, it touches me personally, or it involves me personally because yeah, legal field is getting riddled with AI and stuff like that, and not only obviously lawyer stuff, but geez, hang on. Like journalism. Geez, I don't know what's going on today. It's very humid, but anyways, so therefore I should not have that much mucus. It should be flushed down. Anyways, so yeah, and then there's a lot of questions about it still, obviously. I also had my last video where I talked about how more questions about AI, lawless AI. That we have no laws on the books for AI currently. How it can work, how it works in federal government. We don't have laws for that. The whole Anthropic Pentagon situation that happened, and it's still happening because actually Anthropic initiated a lawsuit against the federal government, I believe, on the Pentagon, I believe the federal government as a whole, because it was designated a supply chain risk. So it's basically barred from all types of federal contracts. It cannot be used by any federal agency. So they're suing because of that. Because obviously, it costs them a lot of money. And the next video that I will have will be next week, next Sunday, and it'll be talking about. I will be talking about. Kind of connecting it to the Anthropic situation in Pentagon, because it's not the first tech company to have their tech and software used by the AI by the government, by the federal government, U.S. federal government. Used to be the other way, that actually companies would be the first ones to get sponsored by the federal government to build tech for the federal government, and it would be just a whole federal government basically job, but now it's kind of like private companies bring their tech software to the government. It's already like done, and then they get contracts for it. So yeah, but it used to be the other way, kind of. Yeah, so stuff like what's it called? That term always eludes me. The chips, again, the chips that are, for example, in I don't know, your console, PlayStation, Xbox, whatever it is, they were not supposed to be. They were not made for your console originally. They were made for you know, to put onto ICBMs, intercontinental ballistic missiles, because they needed to put a whole, you know, they needed to shrink the computer from being in a room, right? Because it was a huge, always huge computers like in rooms. They needed to shrink that into a chip that would fit onto a warhead, and so they basically did it. They did that and invented the something something chip, and then geez, hang on, let me find this because I have to still literally mention it and I forget it. Um, yeah, um, there was this blah blah blah. It was a chip, and then there was the technology of the packet switched networks, which actually began with the ARPANET all the way back in '69. That was the first internet, right? It was established by the again the federal government. They started all of that, and they invented this thing. Like they had multiple lines to go to a target. If one broke, then they would just split the information to go through multiple other channels, and it would reassemble at the location basically. So the information would be in 4 different pieces, for example, going through those lines, and then it would reassemble at the final destination. Um, Semiconductor, yeah, that's the thing. Oh, and this one. Human brain runs on a combo of electric impulses and energy, not binary code. Well, in its very basic, electric impulses, right? But what do they do to the cells, right? Isn't it like basically binary code? Don't we work like binary code? Is it on off, right? Nerve lights up, it's on, then it dies down, it's off, right? Call me crazy. I think that's how it works. I'm not sure. Uh, it's not DARPANET. It was ARPANET. DARPA is a little different, but yeah, it's ARPANET. But yeah, it started as that. It started as a government project, and it's still the same thing, right? It's basically the same thing. That no matter how, like, the government is still using the same lines, right, of communication, internet, as we are, right? So they can. That's why anything that's on the internet, they say, oh yeah, this is what's it called? This is decentralized. The government doesn't see it. The government sees everything. It literally it built the network that it's currently running on. So it built the lines, it built the cables, it built everything. The underwater cables reaching from North America to Europe, North America to Asia, vice versa, stuff like that. That was all built by money from the U.S. federal government, and they have to see it because it's running literally on the same lines as they are. So it cannot be decentralized. It just physically cannot be. Um, and chemistry, not energy. Okay. Well, you said electrical impulses. So electrical impulses, right? Like how does an electrical impulse form, right? Electric and chemistry. That's where we're different from AI. Okay, yeah. Well, that's a combination, sure. But decentralized communication platforms. Yeah, well, we already covered that. And electric and chemistry. I mean, yeah, that's a question for another time. If AI could possibly, and they're trying to actually do it, that they're actually growing brains and labs and stuff like that, and they're trying to hook up AI to a physical brain, which I don't know how it'll work. It'll be interesting to see it develops further, but I don't know if it can ever reach the point of being having both like the what we humans have, like that type of basis, the chemicals, electricity, life, even Who knows? That's a good question. Defense Advanced Research Project Agency. The ARPANET was established by the DARPA. Okay, well, it was not DARPANET. It was established by DARPA, but it's still ARPANET because it's the Advanced Research Project Agency Network, which was established by the Advanced Research Projects Agency. I'm not sure why it's D. Why is there a D? I guess I get defense. Or hang on. Oh yeah, what did you say? Defense Advanced. Okay, they added defense to that, but it used to be ARPA only. Now it's defense ARPA, DARPA. But yeah, so the ARPANET was established by ARPA at the time, was now DARPA. Weird. Again, yeah, funding you got from ARPA. Originally it was ARPA, so that's weird. But yes, it was ARPANET. I just like to call it by the full proper name. Yeah, the full proper name is ARPANET. Again, established by ARPA in 1966, well, 1969, whatever. And then it turned into, then the ARPA, the company, or the agency that established it, now is DARPA. It still exists. I'm surprised, genuinely. Let's see. Oh, it does still exist. It has an annual budget of $4 million. Huh. Formed as ARPA in 1958. I'm not sure why they just added defense into it. That's like, I don't know. What's the point of adding defense into it? Yeah. No, it wasn't DARPA then. It was ARPA. It was established by ARPA. And then it became DARPA. They added a D in front of ARPA. DARPA. So defense. Again, I'm not sure why they added defense. War sponsor developed tech. Yes, that's the nutshell of the next video that I'll be editing soon for next Sunday. Yeah, because there was a lot of effort and a lot of war had to happen and a lot of lives had to be lost so that people can now, especially here in the US and Europe and stuff like that, so they could live conveniently and comfortably. They could have things like the PlayStation, Xbox, so many other smart devices, TVs. It's just everything that's smart is basically based on that stuff. The internet is based on that stuff. So yeah. But that would have to be DARPA's net, right? If anything, but it's still not DARPANET. It never was. It was always ARPANET, established by ARPA, which is now the DARPA. It's not. It cannot be DARPANET. It's officially ARPANET. Still, I'm not sure. Yeah, it doesn't exist, quote unquote, anymore. But no, it does exist. Obviously, it's just literally transitioned to the internet, basically. Anyways, okay. I am done. I'm not gonna go into this any further. It's wordplay. It's just stupid. But Wikipedia has a list that is ARPANET, formed by the ARPA in 1969, and then ARPA later switched its name to DARPA, Defense. Defense gave ARPA money to perform the research. Okay, then I don't know, but at the time it was still only ARPA, and I don't know when they switched to DARPA. Let me actually check that really quick, just as a last thing, because now it's DARPA, sure, but it used to be ARPA. It was established by ARPA. Now I'm talking about. Oh, hang on. It was established in the aftermath of the Sputnik 1 launch. Oh, there we go. That's actually what we went over in class, but I didn't know that ARPA was established by. Okay, so it adopted the name DARPA in 1972, then briefly reverted to ARPA in 1993, and returned to DARPA in 1996. So even more confusion. So it was literally ARPA, then DARPA, then ARPA, then DARPA. Now it's DARPA. It's stupid. Anyways, okay. After all this DARPA and ARPA BS is done, I do have to go because I have to edit finish editing my video for the day, which will be later out today. So if you want to see it, go to my Global Productions YouTube channel. subscribe with notifications, and you'll be notified once it's out. And yeah, it's an interesting topic. So well, it doesn't answer, but it again explores the I don't want to say ages old, because years old question: will AI take your job? Will it or will it not? And the answer you will find for yourself pretty much. I just give you all the facts, I lay it out. But yeah, well, anyways, thank you very much for watching. Got to keep them guessing, but the money still comes from the same place as taxpayers, of course. Yeah, that's another thing. Yeah. Anyways, thank you very much for watching. Stream went over time a little bit, but that's okay. We were trying to figure out what DARPA or ARPA or DARPA or ARPANET and who was it built by and when. Anyways, so yeah, but other than that, I will see you next week on Sunday, in same time, same place, LinkedIn, YouTube, X, Twitter, and at 11 a.m. Central, 12 p.m. Eastern. And until then, have a great rest of your week. Have a great rest of your week. Have a blessed day today. A great Sunday, and I will see you next Sunday. Also, I'm on spring break this week. Forgot to mention that. But yeah, so I will be very much free, and I will be putting out a lot of content, and also I'll be meeting with people. So if you would perhaps like to meet, if you're watching this and would like to meet with me, send me your booking link, and we'll figure something out. We'll figure out a date. Just a casual chat, nothing else much. And introduction, coffee chat, whatever you want to call it. And yeah, so again, thank you for watching. I'll see you next Sunday. And until then, bye-bye.